It was a chilly autumn evening in Boston. The Grand Concert Hall was buzzing with excitement. People had come from all over to see Victor Hale, the world-renowned pianist with golden fingers and a sharper tongue. He was brilliant, arrogant, and unapologetically blunt. Cameras flashed, guests whispered in eager anticipation. Backstage, a young blind girl named Emma waited quietly near the curtain. Just 14, she wore a simple blue dress and held a white cane in one hand. Her other hand rested gently on the edge of the piano she was about to play. This was her first performance in front of a crowd. And not just any crowd, but one that had gathered to worship Victor Hale. Victor approached her with a smirk. "You're the surprise talent tonight?" He scoffed loud enough for everyone to hear. "Cute. Let's hope they don't fall asleep before you finish your lullaby." A few people chuckled nervously. Emma didn't react. She just nodded slightly, her face calm, her posture composed. Her music teacher, Ms. Collins, shot Victor a sharp glance, but said nothing. Victor turned and walked on stage, basking in the thunderous applause. He played flawlessly, as always, hands gliding like water over the keys. But when he was done, he barely bowed and muttered, "Now for something humbler." He exited with a smug grin as Emma was guided onto the stage. A hush fell over the audience. They saw the cane, the unsure steps, the small girl with cloudy eyes. Whispers rose. "She's blind. What is this? Some charity performance?" Emma sat down slowly, adjusted the bench, and placed her fingers on the keys. For a few seconds, she didn't move. The hall was restless. Then she played, and the world changed. The first note rang out like a prayer, pure, trembling, and alive. Then came another and another, flowing together in a melody so delicate it seemed to breathe. Within seconds, the entire hall fell silent. No coughs, no shifting seats, just stillness. Victor, standing backstage, froze. This wasn't just talent, it was something else. Emma's fingers moved with grace and confidence, as if the piano spoke a secret language only she could hear. Her music told a story, one of longing, hope, and unseen beauty. Each note reached into the hearts of the audience, gently pulling them into her world. A woman in the front row wiped away a tear. A man beside her closed his eyes, holding his breath. Even the ushers stood still, spellbound. There were no flashy flourishes, no grand gestures, just raw emotion that poured from the keys like a quiet storm. Backstage, Victor Hale stared at the stage, his jaw clenched. He had mocked her, dismissed her, but now he couldn't look away. This blind girl wasn't trying to impress. She wasn't performing, she was feeling, and letting everyone else feel too. When Emma struck the final chord, it rang out and lingered like a heartbeat. Then came silence, not from confusion, but from awe. And then, like a wave crashing onto shore, the applause erupted. People rose to their feet, cheering, clapping, crying. The ovation roared through the hall, louder than anything Victor had heard that night, louder than even his own performance. Emma stood slowly and gave a small bow in the direction of the sound. She looked peaceful, unaware of the tears she had drawn, the hearts she had moved. Ms. Collins ran to her and embraced her tightly. "You did it, Emma. You didn't just play. You spoke through that piano." Victor approached, his face unreadable. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then in a low voice, he murmured, "I was wrong." Emma tilted her head toward him. "About what?" "That you'd put people to sleep." He glanced at the crowd, still applauding. "Turns out you woke them up." Emma smiled gently. "Sometimes music doesn't need to be seen. It just needs to be felt." And with that, she turned and walked off stage, leaving behind a silent man, a standing ovation, and a night Boston would never forget.